BDT Stage is kicking off their 42nd season with the hit musical I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. And here with us tonight is the cast of the musical comedy.
Cast of four? Okay, great.
Four.
So let's just dive right in and talk about the show. So I Love You, You're Perfect, Now Change. For those who don't know what the show is, kind of, what is the show? Can you talk about this a little bit?
Sure. So it's basically dating and different relationships. It explores just dating and meeting new people and relationships. And then there's 4 cast members, 2 men and 2 women. And each person we play like all these different roles. So we play like, I don't know if I should give it away. And I I play a priest, I play a convict, I play, what else? I mean, I'm a dad. Yeah, I'm like several different husbands. Yeah, and then the first act is like dating. So it's like when you first meet and go on first dates, and then as it progresses, at the end of the first act is a wedding. And then the second act has to do with like married life and kids and relationships.
Absolutely.
And then it ends,
And life after.
Yes, and life after, exactly.
Great, and I know I didn't actually mention it, so I'm just going to throw in this right now. This is Bob Hoppy, and this is Ann. What's your last name?
Tersey Schwartz.
Tersey Schwartz. So thank you, just so they know who you are. So you mentioned play several different characters in the show. Do you also have 7 different characters in the show?
Well, several. I don't know if it's 7.
Several.
Yeah, each scene is different.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's like little vignettes. It's not like one storyline you're following.
Oh, okay,
so
gotcha.
every scene, we're a different person.
Perfect. So what's it like playing multiple characters in a show? Is it fun? Is it like kind of excruciating? It's a lot more work to do, or
It's like running a marathon.
Exactly.
it's like running a marathon?
This particular show is like running. I mean, all shows have their own path. Every character has their own path to run.
Yeah.
But in this show, all we do is do a scene and a song, and then we run backstage, and everybody changes clothes. And we're like on opposite. So sometimes it's Ann and I together, and then sometimes I'm with my other partner, Heather Doris, or sometimes it's Brian Jackson and myself. So we're all paired in different ways. So sometimes you get to leave stage and completely change head to toe, or sometimes I run off, put a jacket on, and come right back on.
You gotta love quick changes as an actress.
But it's kind of fun too, because normally with a show you get time, you get that full, like however long the show is, to really develop that character, to really play around with it. And with this one, it's like you do the scene and then you can let it go. Yeah. And then you get to come back every night and do it again, but it's not like you have to reflect too long on that one person.
Right.
Sort of like
Each character
Kind of
comes
keeps
and
it new
goes.
and keeps it fresh,
Yeah, it's
you know.
kinda
You don't have
fun.
to sit there and delve in this character for like 2 hours at a time.
Right.
You get to play and do all these different things. So would you say that's kind of your favorite part of the show, or like what makes I Love You, You're Perfect kind of special to perform, or like what's your takeaway from this show?
Well, I think personally for me, or just, I think for me, it's the cast. I love working with these people. Anne is funny and poignant. She has these really nice, she and I get some really nice moments in the second act, because there are these, we're playing these wackadoo crazy characters and everybody's all dating and crazy and wild, and then Anne does this really nice moment that it's like a video dating, and it's so real and sweet and poignant, and watching her getting to watch her do that every night is unbelievable. And then I get to play, an old couple. I'm one half of
You
an
play the
old
old couple.
I play by
Both
myself.
characters.
No, Heather Doris and I play.
Just switching
He could
hats.
do it.
Just throws a wig on.
But yeah, we play this old couple, and it's also one of those things. It's so lovely to just talk to each other, and it's really nice. So I like the cast. I think the cast to me is the most exciting and important part of the show, because what everybody brings to the table is unique and special and really, really awesome.
Wonderful.
That's what I like.
Well, and I love the cast too. But this is my second time doing the show, and I think another thing that I absolutely love is that every time you do it, it's different. Especially like with this cast compared to the last cast, like the nice thing about this show is it's a very personal show, and everyone can take something away from it, because it is about dating and relationships and things people think about. So you find yourself in every character. And so I think that's why people love it so much too, because it's such a fun, like, you see this and you're like, I totally do that, or my husband's totally like that.
Yeah.
It's
And
super relatable.
it gives you a
Like,
chance
everybody-
to laugh at yourself and because it's based off of stereotypes, obviously. And so it's not 100% true all the time,
Right.
but you can look at it and kind of take a step back and say, well, oh yeah, that's me. And oh my God, the next scene, oh my God, I would totally
would
do
totally
that.
do that,
And
yeah.
it's really fun, especially like working off of just the same, like four people.
Yeah.
It's such a tight-knit group that you can kind of play with different things
Right.
and learn a little bit more about yourself each time you do it, which is really what I love about the show, is that it's so relatable, and you take a look at it and you can kind of step back and say like, oh yeah, this is what, like, you don't take yourself too seriously when you leave the show, which I think I really love.
That's
yeah.
great.
Plus, I love pop.
Who doesn't? But so you kind of already answered my next question. This will actually be our last question. This is one of the longest running shows ever in like Colorado. Apparently, the Denver Center of the Lat has done this. It's like the #1 show they've run for like the last
They
5
did
years
it
or so.
twice, and then the first run was like something like 5.5 years. It was
Yeah.
really long. And then the recent run, I think it wasn't quite as long. I think it was only like a year, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
But yeah, it's run the longest.
So would you say the reason why people keep flocking to the show and why new companies keep wanting to do the show is because it's so relatable and they can
Yes.
see
100%.
themselves in the characters? And
Exactly.
Things like that?
And every night, people who come to see the show, they laugh at different moments, and you can see them smiling or laughing, or you can hear them sometimes audibly. They're like, oh, yep, that's me. Because it is that. Every single person has gone through that awkward first date. Every single person knows when you're in a relationship how it's like, you're sitting there just reading the paper or on your phone, and your partner reaches over and grabs some of your food or puts sugar in your tea or whatever. And it's that really wonderful thing, and everybody can relate to that stuff.
Great.
Well, and the fun thing about this one too, that we didn't say what we should, is this is actually an updated version. So they've only done this version once before.
That's right.
Because it is a little dated. Like before, it was like talking about voicemails and things that we don't really know of
Yeah.
anymore. So they've updated it a little bit to make it a little more modern and to make it even more relatable.
Perfect. So we are actually out of time. Didn't mean to cut you off, but that
That's
leaves
okay.
the perfect thing. This is an updated version of the show. So I Love You, You're Perfect Now Change is currently playing at BDT Stage.